Hey guys, this is Dr. Rose from Rose Chiropractic and Wellness, bringing you our new patient workshop, How Chiropractic Can Change Your Life, and as always, health comes from within. So this is a workshop that we do every Thursday night. It is my favorite thing that we do as far as presentations go. It has awesome information in it. It'll really change your view on what healthcare is, what chiropractic is, and we'll dive into a little bit of the science of it too. So this is going to really show you how chiropractic, if you add it to your lifestyle, it'll really help maximize and benefit your lifestyle as well. So let's jump in here. So just to start off a little bit about me, those are our two dogs, Duck and Goose. That is my wife, Erin. I need to update this a little bit because we have a baby on the way due in October, little Gage, so we're excited about that. I went to Parker College of Chiropractic, which is located here in Dallas. That's where I got my doctorate. I also have my bachelor's in health and wellness. Got it from the same school. I am an EPIC pediatric member, and what this is a group of chiropractors that are set out to change the world with how we treat, diagnose, anything to do with pediatrics. I'm very passionate about it. If you got kids at home, get them in here. Get their nervous system checked because you want them getting the most benefit out of life, the most out of life that they can. If you're a patient in here, getting your nervous system corrected, you got to get your family in here as well. So what is my why? Well, my why is my patients. You guys rock. You guys are really the reason why I love chiropractic. I get to watch you guys go from sickness to health. I get to see your family members. I have a great time with you guys. You really are the reason why I do what I do. I love each and every one of you. So just to start off this talk, I really like this quote, greatness is a choice. Well, just like greatness is a choice, health is also a choice. It's up to you if you want to be healthy or not. It's up to you if you want to be sick or not. Yeah, there's hereditary things where they're going to say, oh, you're going to have heart disease and all those things. Well, a lot of that is lifestyle choices. So health is a choice. It really is. You can decide to be sick or you can decide to be well. It's up to you. So the word doctor here, what this originally means, it's Latin for teacher. Okay. So my job here is to really teach you guys about what chiropractic truly is and how it can really benefit you and your family. Before I do that, let's jump into some current state of affairs. The U.S. health disadvantage spans many types of illness and injury. Shocker, right? In the United States, we're not very healthy. It comes from a different number of things. But here's the areas that we're actually the worst in. So we are the worst in infant mortality and low birth weight. That is crazy. When I first saw that, I was very shocked, very surprised. There is no reason why we should be the worst in infant mortality rate. Why do I think this comes about? I think it has to do with how much intervention we have in the birth process. I think it's a little bit too many hands in the pot. It's a natural process. We've been having babies thousands of years before doctors. So the more intervention, I think the more issues tend to come up with that. We are also the worst in injuries and homicides, adolescent pregnancy and transmitted diseases, our infections, HIV and AIDS, drug-related deaths, obesity and diabetes, that's not a shock, heart disease, not a shock, chronic lung disease, and disability. So we are not the healthiest country by far. Why are we so unhealthy? Well, a lot of people will say it has to do with our health systems. Yes, they are broken. Don't ask me where I stand on this. I just know when it comes to healthcare, we definitely are broken. So it's a combination of things being very unaffordable and then just costs skyrocketing like crazy. Along with that is our health behaviors. Although we are currently less likely to smoke and drink, we actually consume more calories per person than any other countries. So we literally eat ourselves to death in this country. Social and economic conditions, yeah, we do tend to make more than most countries, but we also have a larger gap in between our social status, our social economic conditions, where because of that gap, a lot of people on the bottom end aren't getting the health care that they need. Also with that are physical environments. U.S. communities are designed and built for cars. They are not designed and built for you walking down the street and going to the store, or you taking your bike out and going to the store. They are more accessible for cars. So we sit everywhere, we drive everywhere, and that really doesn't help our health status. So if I were to ask you guys what health is, let me back up there. Health is actually function. Okay, a lot of you might say, oh, it is never being sick. It is, being able to go out and exercise and move well. It's not having cancer or heart disease, which all of those are true, but true health is function. And you talk about being sick. When we have a fever, most people will say, oh, you're sick. Yeah, that's true, but your body's actually going through a healthy process. A fever, what that's doing is it's burning off all of the gunk. It's burning off all the bacteria, burning off all the viruses that are attacking you. It's like if we went camping and we needed water. Well, let's go to the creek, get some water. What do we have to do that water? We have to boil it to get all the bugs out. That's what your body is doing. Unfortunately, what happens is we take this natural process of burning off gunk, and what do? We pretty much stomp that out, right? We stomp that fire out with drugs, with Tylenol and those type of things. Because we are so quick to do that, you take a process that might have took 24 hours to burn off a virus, and you extended that out over, let's say, a week's time, because you didn't let the body go through its natural process. It is better for a fever to come in, do its job, and break than you to throw drugs at it. Not only are you getting rid of a natural process, delaying it, but you're also stopping the body from building up antibodies, which it needs to fight that bug again. So having a fever is actually healthy. It is a healthy process, just like sneezing is. All right, you guys get the point there. So what do? We sneeze out. We don't sneeze in. This is another healthy process of our body trying to get rid of allergens or bugs or viruses. And it's another thing that we throw drugs at to stop because it's uncomfortable. If we let it do its thing, it'll speed up that process, and our body can get rid of those bugs naturally. Okay, so feeling good does not always equal being good. Just because you feel good doesn't mean you are good. So everybody's heard the story of a guy going to play 18 holes of golf, has a heart attack, drops dead on the golf course. You can have cancer and not know it. Feeling good does not always equal being good. What really, really describes health, like I said, is function. That's every single part of your body working like it should. So how does the body work? Well, it all starts with your nervous system. Your nervous system controls and coordinates every single thing that affects you, that it comes from your environment. How does it do this? Well, it all starts with the brain. From your brain, it goes to the brainstem. From the brainstem to the spinal cord. From the spinal cord out to every single muscle, organ, tissue in the body. Okay? As chiropractors, we directly influence your nervous system. We make sure that all these organs are getting the communication they need. If this nervous system gets blocked up, which we'll go into in just a minute, these organs don't get the nerve supply they need, they start to malfunction and you get symptoms. So you literally live your life through this system. It is so important that it is functioning properly for you and your family. So a little quote here, every organ in your body is connected with the one underneath your hat. Thank you, B.J. Palmer. What is chiropractic about? Chiropractic is more than back and neck pain. The function of the nervous system is to perceive the environment and coordinate the behavior of all other cells. This is the nervous system, right? This is what we directly work with. It controls everything. This is what chiropractic is about, is making sure you have a 100% healthy nervous system. Yeah, we are really good at knocking out back and neck pain, but the true benefit of getting adjusted is getting your nervous system back to 100% function. Okay, so what is this subluxation word that you've heard thrown around the office? Well, subluxation, what that is, it's a misalignment and fixation that we get from stress. When we have that misalignment and fixation, stress signals are constantly sent to the brain. That organ, muscle, tissue that nerve is connected to is not getting the nerve supply it needs, so it goes into a state of dis-ease, right? Dis-ease. You put those two words together, dis-ease, not good. When you have a disease, you are going to get a symptom. That's why it is very, very important to be checked for subluxation, and if it's there, get it removed. The only person that can do that is a chiropractor. Okay, so here's how the nervous system works. It is broken up into the sympathetic, which we call a gas pedal, and the parasympathetic. Now remember that subluxation word. We get that from 3 types of stress: traumas, toxins, and thoughts. Traumas are your falls, your car accidents. This can be birth trauma for kiddos. This can be sitting at a desk for hours on end, okay? Toxins is the next one. Toxins are going to be your medications, your bad foods, anything that is toxic to your body that's not supposed to be there. The next one is thoughts. This is the worst out of the 3 because this is autosuggestion. This is work stress. This is family stress. So this is definitely the worst out of the 3 for everybody. These 3 stressors together or separately will create that subluxation in our system. When we have that subluxation, it goes and makes our body shift into sympathetic mode from the stress, okay? When we live in sympathetic mode, which is our fight or flight response, it's there for protection and survival, or stress response. Our adrenal glands are always pumping here. When we live in this mode, eventually our body's going to break down. When it breaks down, it looks like this. This is everything from autism, anxiety, bipolar, ADHD, high cholesterol, OCD, cancer, you name it. That is a body that was stressed and eventually broke down, okay? Where do we want you guys to be? It's parasympathetic mode. It's brake pedal. It's rest. It's digestion. It's relaxation. It's growth and development. For kids that we see, they got to be in growth and developmental mode. That's where they should live. And the thing is you can only be in one of these modes. You can't be in both at the same time. So every time you get adjusted, your body gets shifted over into parasympathetic mode. That right there heals your brain. Your brain loves that mode. It gets to relax. So think about that next time you get adjusted. Okay, so here is our nerve chart, right? You guys have seen these hanging around the office. What this is, it's showing us how your nervous system is broken up, how it exits your spine. So the way it works is nerves exit your spinal cord at different levels. Okay, those nerves go to different areas in your body. When those areas of your body do not get the correct nerve supply, they break down and you get symptoms. Okay, so this is why it is so important to get adjusted and to stay adjusted, because we know your nervous system controls everything. If you truly want to be healthy, your nervous system has to be healthy. And the only person that can check and detect subluxations that are choking out that life source are chiropractors. All right, so what? All this sounds great. What's it going to do for me? Well, let me show you a couple studies here. So Ronald Perot, this guy is the chief of cancer prevention research in New York's Preventive Medicine Institute. Mouthful. So he's not messing around. He knows this stuff. So he took 3 groups of people. He took a group who had been under regular chiropractic care for 2+ years. People not under chiropractic care but deemed healthy. People who were sick, had cancer, had debilitating diseases. So we got a group that is chiropractic patients. We have a group that is termed or deemed healthy. And we got a group that is sick. Well, what Dr. Perot found was the chiropractic patients also had a 200% greater immune competence response than people who had not received chiropractic, and a 400% greater immune competence than people with cancer or other serious diseases. What's this mean? Chiropractic may optimize whatever genetic abilities you have so you can fully resist disease. Chiropractic adjustments stimulate and remove interference from your nervous system. When that interference is removed, when that subluxation is removed, your nervous system can now talk to your immune system. Okay? Your immune system is so important because that's what kills cancer cells every single day. That's what kills the bugs that are constantly attacking us every single day. So it is so important to get that adjustment, not only for your low back pain, but also for your immune system to make sure you can resist disease. Okay, here's a really cool study that I found in the Journal of Vertebral Subluxation Research. That's just a dorky magazine that chiropractors read. And what they found is they took 25 patients that were under short-term care, 21 patients that were under long-term chiropractic care, and they would compare those to 30 patients that had no care at all. So really what this study shows us is that those that were under primary wellness care had higher serum thiol levels. And what that is, it's a primary antioxidant, and it serves as a measure of human health status. So this test provides a surrogate estimate of DNA repair enzyme activity, which has been shown to correlate with lifespan and aging. So what this is showing us, those patients that come in, get their adjustment, are under wellness care, are actually engaged in anti-aging activities. They're slowing down their aging. And that's awesome. So you guys should get in here, get your adjustments going. That way we can, it's kind of like the fountain of youth here. So very, very cool study. Okay, so I get this question a lot. Why do I see kids? Well, I'll tell you the number one reason I see kids is because of birth trauma, okay? This can be forceps delivery, it can be vacuum delivery, it can be C-section delivery, okay? Especially C-section, because that's not a natural process and the kiddo doesn't get to go through the vaginal canal and pick up all the good probiotics and get his nervous system stimulated by mom. That kids eventually run into issues with that. If they don't adapt to the stress of that C-section, they will run into issues. So the number one reason I see kids is because of birth trauma. Now, that birth trauma there, it shows up later on in life, and it can show up in allergies, it can show up as ear infections, it can show up as autism, it can show up as ADHD. So that is why we see kids. Now this is just a scan, which you guys have all seen this. This is a scan that we do, very similar to the one that you got on your first day in here. And this is your typical stress from birth trauma. This is a patient who was stuck in the birth canal. The doctor had to get up, put one foot on the table, and pull because this was an emergency C-section. Now, this just goes to show you. Whoop, let me go back there. You know, red is not good. Okay, we got a bunch of red there. We have a bunch of blue, which is medium. Green is mild. The thing is that their total energy is supposed to be at 100. Well, they're at 237. Their body is stressed out. They're working 137 times harder to maintain normal function than they should be. No wonder they're having trouble, focusing in school and being able to do their work because their body's just overstimulated. The last part of that is check out thermals. Especially in kids with C-section, because we're making very small cuts to get that kid out. Mom doesn't want a big scar across her belly. We're having to pull the head out side by side, and really what that process does is we're trying to get the shoulders out, but when you put much tension and stress on that baby's cervical spine, it's going to get subluxated. You're going to run into some neurological issues down the road. So that is your typical stress from birth trauma, and that's what it looks like on a scan. Okay, so how can you get the most out of your care? Well, number one is keep hydrated. Drink plenty of water. Ideally, try drinking half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 160, you want to drink at least 80 ounces of water per day. Exercise is a huge component. Make sure you're keeping your body actually physically healthy. You're going through those processes which help stimulate the brain. You're working on your flexibility and strength. That's a huge part of it. The third one there is stay consistent. Life is a process, and so is healing. What is going on with your spine right now did not happen overnight. It's a process that built up over time. Just like I tell patients all the time, you didn't go to sleep and wake up with a cavity. Okay, it's not because you slept wrong. It's not one thing. It is several stressors over time that get you to where you're at. But the key is stay consistent with your care. Follow your treatment plan. The patients that do this are the patients that get the best results in this office. After your treatment plan is completed, consider routine checkups. It will keep you healthy and make your job easier. So what are we talking about there? We're talking about wellness care. We make all of these awesome changes in your body. You have to support them. That's just the way it is. You're constantly going to be under stress. We got to make sure that your body is constantly adapting to it. That's why we do wellness care, hands down. Last one there is eat clean as possible. Sugar and preservatives create inflammation in your body. The less sugar, the better. Always try going with the paleo diet. All right, so what can we do in this office? Well, we can do some awesome things. So I thought I'd share some testimonials with you. So what are the effects of chiropractic care? This is one of our favorite patients. He was actually one of our first patients when we first opened up. This is Mr. Mel. He was suffering with neck pain, tingling going down his right arm. Dr. Rose performed his magic being an adjustment, and after my first visit, the pain was lessened and tingling nearly subsided. After a week, I was pain-free and sleeping again. Now, Mr. Mel, he has to drive a lot. He has coverage all over the entire South, so he knows it's very important not only to get his adjustments to make sure he's eating right and exercising and doing all those good things, to make sure he stays away from that tingling and all that pain that he was feeling down his arm, and making sure he can function and do his job. So he gets his adjustment regularly. If you see him in here, make sure to tell him hi. Okay, so this is Mr. Mack. Okay, this is his mom's testimonial. So our 3.5-year-old son was diagnosed with PDD and autism and has struggled since infancy. We began chiropractic treatment with Dr. Rose, have seen tremendous difference in Mac. His progression in speech has been exciting, truly an answer to much prayer. We know and believe Mac's progress is due to his treatment with Dr. Rose. He's so good with Mac. We love his passion for helping kids, his deep desire to help many more. We're thankful for the difference he's made in the life of our son and our family. So Mac's story is typical autism. Would come in, not engage anybody, would not say hi or bye, very low vocabulary, had a lot of balance issues, coordination issues, which most autistic kids do. Couldn't keep up with his little brother. He was just very, very much so entangled in that web. So as we started adjusting Mac, you see him start to come alive. His vocabulary gets better. He starts saying hi and bye. He starts actually talking to people, telling his mom that he loves her. That's a big, big, big deal. And not only that, his dad comes in one day and says his coordination is improved. He's actually being able to keep up with his older brother. So do we do necks and low backs and all that? Yes, we do. But look at this. Autism getting better, true healing. That's because we directly affect the nervous system. All right, here's another pediatric patient. This is Miss Darian. She came to see me for hypothyroid, acid reflux, and GI disorders. She had several surgeries before she came in. 2 weeks after treatment, they were slowly taking her off medication. She was taking 5 different meds. 4 weeks after treatment with Dr. Rose, she's off her medication, has not had acid reflux or other GI problems. She's doing great, much happier, not living in doctor offices and hospitals. So what did we do with Miss Darian? We adjusted her. We removed interference. We removed subluxation from her nervous system, and her body healed itself. Now, the thing about Darian was she would go out to play. A couple minutes into it, she'd have to throw up, and she was just throwing up all that liquid and all that stomach acid because she had such bad acid reflux. Now, the cool thing about her, not only did we get her out of the doctor's offices and get medications off of her, but we got it to where she could actually go outside and play. That is a big, big deal for a kid. So that's another awesome story here. Now, what does ADHD look like in the scan? Now, ADHD is literally looks like a bomb went off, okay? ADHD is a kid's nervous system that is in absolute overdrive. So what's overdrive look like? Well, you know total energy is the amount of stress on your system when we go through these scans. Well, this kiddo was at 264, working 164 times harder. So what's that mean? They're a Ferrari screaming down 35, and they don't have regular brakes. They have bicycle brakes. They don't know how to slow down. So what do we do with these kids? We adjust them. We remove interference from the nervous system, and guess what? They start healing, okay? We went from 264 all the way down to 188. Are we done yet? Absolutely not. But look at the thermals. Clear, clean. body is actually starting to heal. You think this kid's doing better in school and able to focus? Heck yeah, absolutely. Because they have a nervous system that is now able to communicate with the rest of their body. So very cool. Here's another example, allergies and eczema. So this is a kiddo that came in that was on Zyrtec every single day. Not only that, we had a history of eczema. We had eczema all over her legs, all over her stomach. And really what was happening there was her immune system was not working. Where is the majority of your immune system located? It's in your gut, okay? What do we see on her thermals? Her lower nervous system is not working like it should. So what's that mean? Her immune system is not getting the nerve supply it needs. It's going to start malfunctioning. What's that look like? Allergies, eczema. As we go through process, this is in 2 months' time, look at that. Almost a completely clear scan. You got a little bit of work to do there at C2, but is her immune system finally working? Absolutely. This is off Zyrtec now. This is no more allergies. This is no more eczema. So chiropractic is truly designed to help your body function better by removing subluxation. All right, last but not least, this is a patient that came to see me due to neck pain. Obviously, you can see the scan there. But as we went through day 1, we found out that she just got over a bout of breast cancer. And once we started communicating to her what chiropractic actually is and what it's about, she did not want to ever have to deal with breast cancer again. So what do? We created a plan for her to really boost her immune system and get it back on so it can start killing some cancer cells. Now, we have a C1 that is out of control right there. Not only that, look down through here, her immune system is absolutely shot. Her nervous system is not working. So as we go through care, what do? Boom, almost completely cleared. Is her immune system working now? Is it killing cancer cells? You bet. Do we still have some work to do in her cervical spine? Absolutely. But really, what have we done here? We've changed this woman's life. She's no longer living in fear. Her immune system is working like it should. Okay, so just to end this talk here, success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work gains success. Greatness will come. So this picture, yeah, it's got the Rock kind of screaming here, looking a little bit scary, but the Rock is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but check this out. This quote on here is more important than anything that's going on in the picture because it has a lot to do with chiropractic. Success with chiropractic, getting 100% function from chiropractic, you got to be consistent. You got to make your appointments. That's how you get that health back, one adjustment at a time. And that's how we get rid of things like ADD and autism and ear infections and constipation, you name it. And those are really just side effects of a healthy nervous system. So get in here, get your adjustments, and health will come, and awesome, and greatness and awesomeness will come from that. So thank you guys for listening to our new patient workshop here. If you know anybody that we could help, this is anybody from kids, family members, definitely get them in here, get them scanned so we can improve their lives like we're improving yours. Thanks, guys.